Hey everyone, how are you? I wanted to show you all how I clean pork chops. What you're going to need for this cleaning method is salt and vinegar. It's very easy and quick. The pork chops that I'm using are some pork chops from ShopRite. They were a good price. They were $5.02 for about a pound and a half of pork chops. I have 5 in here, and so let's start. So I've taken my pork chops out of the package and I just put them in my bowl. What I'm doing is running some cold water. I let the water run so that it's very cold as possible, and I am then going to cover my pork chops with that water. The first initial rinse is just to get off the gook and the stuff. I'm not putting any salt in this water or anything. I'm just going to rinse them off by hand with cold water. Okay, so you saw that I just put a lot of salt in some cold water with my pork chops, and I'm gonna let this sit in this bowl here for anywhere from 3 to, I don't know, 5, 7 minutes. And you're going to see, as usual, the salt takes off all the grime and the fat, the things that you would not be able to get off with just water. If you're short of time, you can definitely combine the salt and the vinegar together, but I usually do things in steps. So I'm going to do the salt first, let that soak, rinse this off very well, and do the same thing, but again with vinegar. So after letting this sit for about 7 minutes or so, this is the way it looks. You can see all that grime and that stuff that has come off the pork chops. So I'm going to rinse this off very well and add some new cold water in it and show you what I do. Okay, so this is the pork chops in some fresh cold water. Nothing is in there. Now what I'm adding in is some distilled white vinegar, and my pork chop water is much cleaner than it was before I put the salt in. And after you do the vinegar in there, it's just gonna take a lot more of that fat and that grime off. Pork chops are really fatty, so you're still gonna feel some of that fat on there, but this really helps. So these are the pork chops that have been soaking in that vinegar water for only about 5 minutes, and you can clearly see how nice and clean the water has become after doing this. This is exactly why I like to do it, just because it really helps the seasoning sink in. And I mean, who wants to have all that stuff on their meat anyway? So I'm going to rinse this off very well now and season the pork chops. So here are my clean pork chops. I have them kind of like drying off on some paper towel, and I'm about to transfer them over here into my handy little dishes so that I can season them up. The seasonings that I plan on using are the basics: salt, pepper, paprika, and I thought about putting some garlic powder in there. Okay. That's it, you all. So I have my 3 seasoned pork chops. I am going to put them in the refrigerator to marinate. It's about, I would say now it's about 12 in the afternoon, perhaps. So I'm just gonna put these in my refrigerator. Hope I can find some space. So actually I put 2 in the freezer and 1 in the refrigerator to cook later on this evening. I hope you all have a nice day, and I wish you the best.